this course is slow.
But look, and if they're beating us by like a couple of seconds, we know we're doing something seriously wrong. But I don't want us to be analysing everyone's time in between in the sprints. I want us to just recover, get our breaths back, think about the next one. We'll worry about it at the end.
Focus on us.
Yeah. What position
I do want to keep the vague idea on it in case they're smashing us by like a couple of seconds and we need to reevaluate. But that's it. I'm at 89. If you're ahead of me, drop back. If you're behind me, push up. You know the drill. We need to be launching at the top of this hill, so we need to be put together way before it. Okay, is anybody miles away?
Yeah, me.
Who's that?
Under the line. No.
Okay. And once again, so when we go around the bend, when we hit the top and we start ramping it, it's just going to be me talking and maybe Patrick as well. That'll be it. We'll just have the one voice. We can all focus.
Jess, what are you wearing so I can find you? Because you haven't got your afro. I have my afro on.
Okay, guys, I want to be really tight. This sprint's going to cut. We're going to have to launch it, the lead out, quite shortly. If you look, it's maybe 200-300 meters time. We're going to go and we hit the top of this road. So we all need to be together, really tight, and just get ready that we are going to be launching quite shortly. Maybe 350 meters. So we increase the pace on the front for 3. ATP have stopped, so don't worry about them. Are we tight? I don't want many gaps. See people at 20 meters back. Come on, close up. Guys, you need to be tight. There's gaps here. This is it. We're going to, as soon as we come off this roundabout, we're going to have to increase it. In fact, we're going to sort of keep the pace high from here and roll through. Okay, so 3 on the front. And we will not be slowing down from here, guys. This is it. By the time we come off this roundabout, you need to be at full speed. Yeah, we're halfway around. It's coming. Just get ready. It's all about pace onto the start of this. Get ready. You need to be launching it very shortly as soon as you come off. Okay, for where I am, you need to be going from there. Launch it. Come on, Josh. Come on, everybody. As hard as you can. This doesn't look fast enough. Way too slow.
Shit.
Yeah, real slow. Okay, regroup, recover. Everybody stop pedaling. If you stop pedaling, we'll should all regroup at the same spot.
Oh, this is something we were waiting for.
Okay, Layla, can you mute your mic, please? Sorry, I did it. Yeah, just recover. Shouldn't be pedaling at all yet. There's nobody pedaling. We'll all come to a stop. If you're ahead of me, you definitely should be pedaling. You should wait for me to come to you. If you're behind me, obviously just push up. I don't think there's many behind me. We'll get a couple of minutes rest here, so don't worry about pedaling now. I know if you're tired. Okay, so I'm just going to come a little bit past you guys, so don't worry. So I'll make sure I'm at the front. And you can just edge your way up to me. And don't come past me. You know the drill. Okay, so we'll take a couple of minutes rest here. We definitely won't be going before 10. So go into the parent menu if you want to keep your legs spinning. Otherwise, get a bit of a breather, heart rate down.
I will just do as I used to. Try to jump on because I'm not able to keep up with you uphill.
Okay, so I saw some good numbers there, but we left ourselves with too much to do for the sprint. It's all about before the sprint, that one. Like I say, the last 100 metres of that sprint almost doesn't matter. It's about the speed you're at before it. We're just a bit slow there. I know it's difficult because obviously it's the first one coming around. Everybody's going, yeah, where is it? And it creeps up on you real quick. The next time I've got to get the adrenaline pumping. As soon as we get to the top of the hill, it's on. Sprint time. No slowing down, accelerating from there. It's all out. I just want to, I need to feel that. Feel the numbers coming up around me. Not let the gap go behind me and Patrick. Use that energy there. I know it feels a bit early because you're going to go so downhill on the second half of that sprint. Really important to be able to do there. So yeah, we won't worry too much about what ATP did. We'll give it another go. For some reason I'm not in the parent menu, so I just crept up a little bit, so don't worry. I'll wait before setting off. But definitely don't come past me. So yeah, we'll give it another whirl.
But something remind me, what key do you hit to go straight to the pairing menu?
A.
A?
A.
Copy. Thank you.
We'll go a little bit earlier this time. We'll try, and I mean launching the full back sprint. We'll try going, because obviously we said it's a really short build up, it's hard to gain speed. And and the second half doesn't matter so much anyway. So why don't we try launching it from, say, 3/4 of the way around the roundabout rather than as we come off the roundabout. So I know it feels a bit earlier. You had me and Patrick were basically there, and I think only Josh and maybe Chris came around us. And it's because we went quite early, I think, and launched it from about there. So we'll try going from a bit earlier this time. I'll call it out. We'll see if that helps us.
I keep looking for the sprint start. You know, I thought I knew this sprint. Clearly I didn't. So I'm like, where the hell is it?
It's the second crosswalk.
The second crosswalk, okay.
The first one's grass, right? The first one's a patch of grass, and that's about halfway.
Yeah, I mean, in my head, it's just as you come off the roundabout, that's the green line, basically. I know it's not, but in my head, that's just where it is. I'll launch it from there. It's because it's so descented, like I know I keep saying it, but it's different to pretty much every other sprint on Zwift, this one. I can't think of any other sprints on Zwift that are this descented, other than the New York ones, which are very short.
So you're basically like full launch right as like the curve ends and the straightaway begins?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Almost like as I come off, that is my bump on. I need to be at full speed as I come off the roundabout, kind of thing. And if I'm a protected rider, obviously I'm sat at the back of the group, and then I generally would launch it from like 3/4 of the way around, I guess. So we'll try doing that on the front this time and see what that does. Because I think it's like I say, me and Patrick weren't in particularly big numbers, and nobody came past us. And I think it's because where we accelerated more than anything.
We're pretty split apart too.
Yeah, we got to be tighter than that. I was trying to call it out, guys, but that was spread out all over the place on the way up the hill as we got to the top. And yeah, I know I keep saying it, but as you come to the top of that hill, it's off. It's where the sprint basically starts the lead in. We kind of, really we should be doing it beforehand, but I know we've got a lot of mixed category riders, and we don't really want to cook people who are in a lower category and not higher category riders. But really, the fastest time on that, you should be starting your lead in on the hill.
It makes sense for lower categories to hang right on our wheels, Jake.
Yeah, all I'm thinking is what we tried previously, potentially on this one, is have the lower category riders a bit further up the hill, maybe at the top of the roundabout waiting, and as we get to the top of the roundabout, they jump on. Obviously, it's harder to time, but it means that it's sort of, we're picking up speed, they jump on, and they haven't had to use the energy at that point. So potentially, we could try that as well.
We'll kind of all catch up at the beginning of the roundabout.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's technically it's more difficult because obviously you've got to connect, and there's different speeds of different groups, and it's always harder to get onto a group that's going past you at some speed. You always have to use energy to get onto the group, so you have to kind of weigh that up. And also, then it's like easy to make mistakes and get spread out, but also it's easy to get spread out anyway, like we just saw. So.
Yeah, we're still beat ATP, so we're good there.
We're good.
Yeah. I don't think there's that many of them today, is there? So, like I say, I just want to make sure we're not several seconds behind them, and we'll just do our thing today. And, yeah, we'll assess afterwards. But yeah, this is what we said. This sprint series is about having a laugh, isn't it? It's not about like getting stressed and worrying about making mistakes. If we make a mistake, we try and fix it the next time, and we try and have fun whilst we're doing it. And for the most part, we you look at the results from the sprint series over the last 5 seasons. We've won pretty much every category, every time, and in the face of greater numbers of ATP, quite often. So yeah, I think we generally do a really good job. But there's been times this season where it's been quite stressful. And I just want to dial it back and go. It's about having some fun, trying to improve our sprints, and if we can get some results, great. But that's not really the primary objective.
No, we're not worried about ATP. Do you know if they went yet?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone. They're done.
Awesome.
Okay, guys, are we feeling good? Because we've got a little bit of a lead in for the next one. Should we get rolling?
Yep.
Okay, so if you start rolling out now, because I'm a little bit further ahead of you guys yet. Okay. Let's roll. Beautiful. So how did we get on in E there?
I spun out. Is something really wrong with my core?
More sit-ups.
It is what it is. We're a bit spread out because I rolled forward a little bit, so we're just going to go. The front group with me is just going to do 0.5. Steve, Kerry, Josh, Dan, Richard. We'll just wait for Jamie, Patrick, and Dan.
First down, fourth place overall. So, me and Rich took it in A.
You and Rich took first and second in A, did you say?
Yeah, that's
And
how
there's-
I read it.
And Nurse Daniel got fourth.
Well, it's overall, so he's
Ooh.
third.
Oh, okay, great.
And I got the green jersey.
Perfect. How do we get on in C? Dan, Jamie?
I actually have a
Chris.
faster time than Nurse
overall,
Nick.
so he's first.
No, he just nipped me. Okay.
Really?
So what happened? Sorry, what happened in C?
Oh, Nurse Dan just nipped me in time. That's it. And he's not C, so
Okay.
I'm
Dan got first. Jamie.
What happened in C? Yeah.
Dan,
Next time,
Dan
C.
got
that means I got first, Jake.
Yeah, I get that, Dan, but I didn't answer the rest
Then,
of the question.
Jamie-
And good job.
Actually, it's a shit sprint.
Good.
Look, yeah, it doesn't have to be picture perfect every time. Neither does it. We're not going to get it right every time. We said this. There's so many factors that go into a sprint that it's very, very difficult to get it right every time. We just have to do the best we can. And if we pick up points like that and we don't do it amazingly, then excellent.
Shit, how did I get 12
See, when I
seconds?
started going through was Dan, Jamie, then me.
Yeah.
Good. By like within half a second or 4/10.
Okay, good stuff. Is there anyone behind Josh? I don't think
Yeah,
there is.
it's me and Richard.
Dan and Rick.
Okay. How far back?
I'm not, as long as
Okay,
Richard gets
don't
on my
worry, yeah.
tail, we'll be okay.
Yeah, plenty of time. Plenty of time, people.
Also, welcome, Jamie.
Yeah, indeed. Welcome, Jamie. We've seen you on the road quite a bit, but nice to have you officially with us.
I'm on. Rich is 5 seconds back now.
I'm on my way.
Yeah, Rich will look after himself. He knows the drill.
He's not on the floor yet.
Yeah, if he's not pedaling with his hands, he's still got more to give.
Love it.
To start with, I just thought that was a Cleveland Wheelers thing, but I just think it's a Rich thing. Jess, are you listening to a Dutch soap opera or something?
No, that's not me.
Is that who is it?
Well, that might be me. I'm sorry. That's a commercial. Pandora. Rocky. I was holding the phone too close to the TV.
It sounded like a foreign language.
I think it's a pharmaceutical commercial, so they talk really fast when it comes time to talk about the side effects.
I see.
They don't want you to hear it, that part. They have to say it legally, but they don't want you to hear it. They're doing a good job.
I almost feel like even if ATP only had 3 riders, John still wouldn't let them tail us. I feel like it's not in their team philosophy, is it? I feel like they'd be admitting defeat almost in their own eyes. Not in my eyes. I think it's a smart move.
It would be. How long did we do it?
Long enough to win everything.
It's the best way to defend a lead is to ride on the other team.
Yeah. When we got the numbers, we'll do our own thing. When we don't have the numbers, it makes sense to tail them. Like I'm not a proud man, Jenny. I don't care how we win. I just care that we win.
That's racing, right? I mean, is it in, can you get
It is.
something for catching a wheel? That's the entire point of it.
It's trying to do the least amount of work for the best results, isn't it? No one goes at the end of a race, who did the highest average power? Like they go, who won? And ideally, who won in the least power?
So my blip crashed, so I'm out.
What?
I'm sorry, Dorothy. Yeah, that's
Well,
that's
it. We might have to tail ATP now. Our big guns are out.
Baker has to get to the rock climbing gym before they tiptoe rock down.
We were having domination in C. The podium, the dream, the top three. Damn. Are you still wanting to make 10 anyway, do you think, Dorothy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I needed this one to make 10 because I'm out next week, and then I'd be here for the rest of it. But I don't think that's 10.
So, Jake, it's not possible to hop back on?
I'm back on, but I can't see the ride. I can't get in.
Yeah, you won't be able to. Yeah, you can't.
I'm out.
You can't. It's like late join.
I
So
was hoping that would happen. It's funny because I was staring at my screen and I'm going, I don't understand what I'm seeing. And I was like looking. I'm like, where the hell did it go? So I have 2 monitors. So I'm like, well, maybe it's on another monitor. And I was completely knocked out.
it just killed the process. Oh dear. Well, it's happened to all of us. And weirdly, when it happened to the only time that happened to me was also on Luetece Express.
This one is cursed for me. You guys remember
I
that
think
one
it is.
time? You can't do this one anymore. No, we're out. No more.
It's okay with me.
Banned.
All right. Well, good luck, guys.
There's a YouTube
Thanks,
video.
Dorothy.
Top. Yeah, sorry, Dorothy. Cheers anyway.
Cheers.
Although I did beat Steve Dynable in this before. In one
Jay,
spot.
I swear about you. I'm a bit ahead. I'm waiting for you.
Do the ladies in the lower cats want to do waiting up ahead, or do you want to do what we said last time? What do you prefer?
Well, I could stick to the group at this moment. I'm not sure if I can stick to the group when you're ramping up sooner, but I'll try. And Carrie is my lead out, so far I think I should get 4 times the second place.
Okay. Well, we'll try then, and if it doesn't work, we can adjust next time. If it's too, if the lead is too hot. Sorry, Cody.
Can you tell me when you pass the sprint banner on your way up?
All they need is a 10-second lead at the top up here.
Okay, so yeah, when we start going up this hill, you know the drill. I want to be really tight. Everybody within. I don't want any gaps more than 5 meters between riders.
No gaps.
Okay.
Not just a control freak, it's about the draft.
Yes, mind the gap.
It's all about maths.
So ATP are waiting at the banner now.
Is that ahead of us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Don't worry too much there. That'll be like last time, then we'll just roll through them. Or they may be gone by the time we get there.
Y'all are worried about the amount of energy and timing it takes to hop on to a group that you're not communicating with.
I don't think they would anyway. I really don't. It's not their kind of thing. It's just don't let them like disrupt us, you know. Because sometimes when we get there, we're like, "Hey, keep it here. Oh, we're spread out," and it's just kind of like, "Yeah, we know they're there. Don't worry about it. Just do our own thing." It's like when you're passing a team in TTT, isn't it? You just do your own thing.
Will that be doing CD or E?
See.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, TP look like they're moving. Well, they may be in the pairing menu. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Just do our own thing. So remember, there'll be no slowing down. Pretty much here. So make sure you close the gaps. So get to the top of this hill. This green banner on the other side is obviously the end of the sprint, isn't it? So you can use that as a marker. It's going to be about 350 metres from there to the start of the roundabout. ATP aren't moving, so we'll roll straight through them. Just need to make sure you...
Tell when you pass later. Tell when you pass the banner. Then
Passing it right now.
Now.
Look, guys,
Okay, tighten up a bit, guys.
keep it steady.
Yeah, I'm not even doing 2 on the front at the minute, so just tighten up. Okay, we've got to increase the pace a little bit over this ramp. Very tight from here. Okay, the ramp up starts now. Looks a bit spread out, push up. Okay, push up. Get ready, launch it from here. Go on, hard as you can. Go on, Josh. Go on, Patrick. Go on, Patrick. Beautiful.
Oh,
Okay, stop pedaling. Don't worry, Josh. Don't worry. That was a guy. It was a guy on a wheel. I got the beat there. He literally drafted us.
I was there and we were still in the roundabout.
How did the times look?
Great.
The last time. Well, don't worry. Have a breather first. Stop pedaling.
I got so much power off. It's like talking to when we sit at the dentist. Oh, shit.
Nice work, Patrick.
Okay, guys. Yeah, don't worry. Just stop pedaling, and we'll all group up together. And again, if you're behind me, just move up ahead of me. If you're ahead of me, just stop pedaling. Okay, so I'll just move to the front of the group.
Hey, what's going on?
I'll do the same again. It worked better this time.
Mishka. Mishka. Let's go.
Okay, I'm just going to move up a little bit to Jess and Richard and Co. So if you're behind me, you can just edge up a little bit.
I'm gonna put the speakers down.
And I'll give you plenty of time to recover, so don't worry about it. I know you're tired. You'll get a breather.
No, just pull out stuff. Okay.
Okay, Kerry, stop pedaling. Tina, stop pedaling. Jess, stop pedaling. Layla, stop pedaling.
Okay.
Oh, not good.
know, man. My chain kept skipping on my cassette that one. It was so annoying. Every like fifth pedal.
Yeah, I jumped out the saddle and also something clipped.
I just fixed it now. I just tightened the derailleur cable a tiny bit. But man, that's frustrating. You're afraid to put that power into it because it's just making awful noises back there.
How did you do?
I don't know. That one just because the results are sticky. It's still showing my first sprint. But not focused on that, whatever printer that was.
Josh, you got first on the second also, yes.
Oh, is that guy on the third lap?
No.
No, there was a guy that beat Josh on the TFC.
Yep. No. Broseth.
Yeah.
Broseth.
Really?
Well, and another guy from TFC.
Dave, I think that guy might have been on his last lap.
Okay. But even so,
Yeah.
he did set the fastest time so far.
I think
Oh,
that
okay.
didn't know.
I'm just
Yeah.
having a quick look.
So
Yeah,
again,
I don't think anyone had beat. Sorry, I don't think anyone had seen beat their first lap times.
yeah, Patrick seemed great.
Yeah, I mean there was a big gap. There was a big gap. How did the guys on the front do?
Didn't beat my time at those you tell all of them.
Oh yeah,
I think
Chris.
if we just need to go maybe from wherever you went to the corner. If you split the distance again and go from in the middle, because I was tagged before the sprint even started. I dropped down gears and I was like spinning at 500 watts just to carry the speed down. But I didn't have that acceleration drive anymore.
I mean, all of our top guys beat their times. All of the A and B
Did they?
guys beat their times.
That'd be my
I
time.
don't think anyone unseated.
I did.
There was a big gap. There was a big gap though to Dan and the ladies. There was a big gap. Like when there was like a 50 meter gap. So there was that's why. You didn't necessarily get the draft, and we get with the ladies because obviously like
I got 12.8.
yeah. Well, you beat your time from the first lap, Dan.
Yeah, by almost half second.
Yeah. So that's the C time. How did Jamie get on?
We don't have that. Nobody else from C was in top 10. Looks like right
Okay.
now.
So potentially two of the guys in C didn't do better than the first one. How did the ladies get on and in D? Was that faster or slower than the second lap?
I started before you, so I tried to jump on at the top of the hill, and that worked
Okay.
much better for me. So I
Okay,
think
right.
I'll just start again and see if I can do that once again.
And do the same thing again. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Was it okay for all the other ladies in C and D?
Yeah, for me, that's it.
Okay, so it sounds like it's Chris and Jamie, so two of the guys in C that potentially didn't. So what we can do is if you guys we'll start it from the same sort of place again, but we'll just move your two's position. So we can either move you a little bit further forward or a little bit further back, if that makes sense, and then you can either start a little bit later or whatever you reckon. But I think for the most part that worked pretty well, so don't really want to change very much for everybody else.
I can't see where Jamie was because no.
I think Jamie was actually quite near the front with us.
Yeah, he was the last guy I came over top of.
Yeah, so I think he maybe wants to start a slightly further back, so he gets a little bit more draft. Doesn't come quite so far to the front quite so early, but it looked pretty good from what I saw.
Is anyone getting power ups? I haven't had a power up yet.
Yeah.
No,
Come on.
I just got a first one, an Aeroad. That's my very first one for the whole race.
So
Yes, he
Jamie wrote on Discord that he's talking, but we can't hear him. But he
Oh,
ran out
you-
the team
you-
halfway in, and so I guess it was
a little bit early then.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's split, and I had a hard time getting to the first group. It was like I got a fast time, but it was mentally a bit I don't know.
Yeah. It was a bit split in the middle, but I think we are going to get that with the short stack of group which we've got and a range of abilities. I think we may well get that split. So what I suggest then is maybe Jamie goes slightly later than he did last time. So see if that helps. Because again, I think that the positioning was pretty good. But maybe just a second or so later, start it a second or so later, maybe 2 seconds, whatever. Chris, for you, probably, again, sort of maybe sit a bit. Were you further back or were you further at the front last time?
I was like 4th or 5th wheel, Jay.
Okay, so maybe sit a bit further back this time then. You try sitting a bit further back in the group and see if
I just don't want to get shouted at by you for being 20 metres off the back and then being like, just stand in the corner and stuff and not being in the front group.
We're not going to call anybody out. We're not going to call anybody out on it. It's that's why we adjust stuff each time. Generally speaking, it's much better for us to be tight. But if it's makes more sense for one rider to be a bit further back, well, we've seen that works with ATP. So I'm not opposed to it. We just want to make sure when we're ramping up, we absolutely need to be tight, etc. But I don't think you've been a bit further back affects that. So yeah, we'll try that. See how we get on. Everybody feel good? Ready to go?
Yep.
Okay. Roll out then, please, people.
Jessica, did you go faster this time?
I think I was a little bit slower, but I went earlier. If that makes sense. My final sprint at the end, like when I launched it, I didn't have as much left. I'd kind of gone a bit earlier. I think that made sense. And then like Patrick came around, I was trying to just hold on as much as I could so Patrick could pull up to me. And then when he came past me, I pretty much stopped pedaling. But yeah, I think it's we started a bit earlier, coming before the roundabout. So I actually do think that helped us. So I kind of want to start it when we pass the green banner on the opposite side. That makes sense? Or at least start forming up and increasing the pace a bit there. And then as we come off the roundabout, we're already at 3. That seemed to work pretty well last time.
So Jake, do you mind just giving us a play-by-play of what's going to happen as we approach the roundabout all the way through the sprint?
Yeah, sure. I think it was perfect last time. So, like, naturally, you guys' instincts were right on the front. So just do that again, and we'll try and call it out. It's hard sometimes to call exact paces because obviously it increases so quickly that by the time I've called the pace out, you kind of need to be faster than it. So a lot of it is intuition and just sort of increasing the pace naturally, whilst trying not to let a gap go. So I'm trying to increase the pace as much as I can without getting ahead of people. So I'm looking at the gaps behind me. But I'm also consciously aware at times that if I'm going too slow, the whole group's screwed. So sometimes I need to go a bit harder and just kind of say to the group, you've got to pull up here because otherwise we're going to be too slow. There's kind of a combo of both. But we'll call it out. And I think just keeping in mind that last time was pretty good on the front.
Copy, thanks.
And I think when we've only got me and you as lead outs as well, it's kind of the other people will naturally maybe be in slightly different positions and fill the gaps. So it's hard to sort of say exactly what to do there. But yeah, me and you just sort of do what we did last time. We'll call it as we do. Like we say, we've got a smaller group, so it's much more technically difficult because the gaps open up a lot easier. There's less draft to hide in. ATP have got it easier with their big group. only got data on A, B, and C at the minute. But we beat ATP on both sprints.
That's good.
Josh, you
Yeah,
still have like a
I don't
5 point lead.
have the data. I don't have the data on Z or E yet. But on on A to C, we beat them on both sprints. So it's good. It's nice not to be too result orientated, but it's nice to know that the process is working. We don't have to tweak too much. If we just do what we did last time, it should be good.
What's Marley racing in?
A. First Daniel got third on the first sprint and second on the second sprint. Jace Marley got fourth on both. Rich Carter got second on the first and fifth on the second, and Patrick got first on both.
So we have 4 sprints today.
Yes. Always.
Always.
First one was on the lead time, yeah.
I wasn't prepared on the
Lead in?
first one.
This is the easy weeks for you, you know, Layla. There's no climbs, you know. We've got just the 4 sprints. You've got to enjoy these weeks when they come. It's the weeks where you've got the Yorkshire KOM and you're going to wish you weren't born.
As well.
At least those sprints I can get some points. I mean, those KOM in the mixed category are just disappointing.
Yeah, it's tricky. But they're not, you know, there's not that many KOMs. If you look at the list, there's not that many KOMs on the
I know.
calendar.
It's
I've
fine.
Tried sprinting Richmond my morning.
Yeah. There's nothing quite like the smell of Yorkshire KOM after two laps.
I think when you finish the final sprint,
And then you've got to do
it's
pop
an hour
down.
and a half to get to the finish line. It's 7 watts.
Hey, we fixed that last season. You can't make that joke anymore.
That was awful.
Yeah, we took Pop Bank out. I listen to the people.
It's so awful.
Hey, look, I love Pop Bank. What's wrong with you?
It took forever to finish.
Yeah, if I could ride deep power the whole way there without sprinting.
ATP must be bitterly disappointed that they've got the bigger group and they've not scored well on those first 2. They don't historically. They don't do very well on this one. If you look last time, and the time before, even with the bigger group, they don't do particularly well on this. Curse for them too, maybe, not just Oracle.
Okay, so Robert is right in front of us. I've been giving him text messages. He's the one that wanted to be added to snow for the DCAT.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, if he wants to join us, then he's more than welcome. Have you got the charger as well? I think it's on the TV.
His name is R. Morris.
Is it Robert? Is it? I think. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cool. Tell him to either drop me a message or I'll drop him a message.
Yeah, I told him to add the race case for no one on Facebook. And I'm thinking how.
He hasn't got Facebook. Has he got Discord? As long as he's got Discord, he can race. So he doesn't need Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, tell them to drop me a message or after the race or on some form, whether it's companion app, Strava or whatever, or I'll drop them a message.
He's winning all the sprints so far, indeed. So there's no way I can beat him. He's just too fast for me. Or he might as well join us.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't beat them. Get them to join us. Okay, so we'll let the legs get a little bit further ahead like they did last time. And we'll just go again. You've probably got a K or so before we think about it.
ATP is swooping up again at the banner.
Cool.
We need to tighten up a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, if in doubt, Patrick, just be sat on my wheel and we'll try and call it as we go. But last time was perfect.
Okay, Lila, we're almost at sprint banner.
Yeah, so get ready. We'll be thinking about it pretty shortly. Make sure you're tight. If you sat off the back, that's fine. We know that's the plan. But otherwise, be tight. Tight is right. Okay. Start increasing the pace a little bit. An ATP are rolling. This could be interesting. Stick to me. Stick to me. I don't know what they're doing, but either way, we're rolling faster through them, so we're right and they're wrong. So just keep to me. Keep to the plan. Ignore them. Stick to the right wheels. It's almost like they're not there, guys. I want you tight to me. There's gaps. Tight to me. Don't worry about them. Okay, tight to me. I'm going to increase the pace here. We'll be thinking about it very shortly. Okay. Me and Patrick are ramping to 4-ish. Okay. Make sure you're in, Chris. Maybe sit back a little bit. Okay, we're going to be ramping it pretty much from now. Okay, go, go, go. I know that was a nightmare, guys. We did the best we could with the ATP. I wasn't anticipating that. So stop pedaling. The drill. I can't work out if they plan that or not. But it disrupted us pretty bad. But there was nothing we could do. As soon as we'd started, we couldn't stop. So, yeah, we just had to plow on, do what we could. So, good effort. No, that wasn't ideal. Well, that's how you do it, ATP anyway.
Message.
Thanks for the call. that's a good sprint you had, Layla.
Yeah. So this time I got help from both our group and ATP, so
It helped. It really helped.
Very
I
hot
went from
holiness.
20 on the first to 18 something on the second, and now 17. So.
Okay, make sure you stop pedaling. Nobody pedaling. We've got one more to go. Take a breather. Take a breather. Yeah, if you're behind me, move up. If you're ahead of me, stop pedaling on at 106, 6.9. You're all ahead of me. So stay where you are. As I pass, you can join me. Yeah, that was tricky. It's like when you do a TTT pass at the exact wrong moment. You just have to go with it. It's a shit situation, but you can't. Just have to make the best of it.
I lost the first
Yeah, again, I'm not quite sure if that was their plan or what. But
I saw him and was thinking of staying behind him, but I went ahead, so he like placed behind me or something.
Shit.
Oh well. One good sprint to go.
yeah, exactly. Okay, go to the parent menu. If you want to keep spinning, like I will be. Dokes, away from there. No, away from there. Away. So yeah, we'll have two plans this time. We'll well, not two plans, but we'll just be aware that we'll do what we did last time, and there's a chance they're going to do the same thing. It just means this time we've got to be super tight, like really, really tight, because as soon as we ran into ATP, we were all spread out. And I get it, we didn't know they were going to do that, but this time we know. So I want you glued to my wheel.
Well, it did help us indeed. I mean, Layla and I got PBs all over, so it was a good draft.
Yeah, it was a big group. The only problem is ATP benefited more from it, probably, than us.
And they don't have D riders, I think. So
Yeah, they don't, so we don't care.
Whereas I think in A and B, they
yeah.
cheaply sat on our wheel there and used our lead out. But yeah, I still think if we're tight, it'll be okay. Like there was some gaps, and again, it's no criticism because that was tricky, very, very tricky. So yeah, we'll just be aware of it this time, and we'll know what to do if it happens.
If they're not standing at the banner when I get there, I just blend in with them.
Or we just do the same thing, but how about we do the same thing, but your protected riders, so your Joshes of this world, and your Richards and your Patricks and your Jamies and your Dans, find your opposite counterpart in ATP and just make sure you sit on their wheel. You know, that's probably the solution, isn't it? It's the antidote to the problem. So if Patrick stays, it was fast for everyone.
I've got a
So long.
sneaky plan for A.
Okay.
You know, starting up to sat my wheel.
Yeah.
What if I just sit up on the corner?
Yeah, if you lose
If I
the wheel.
lose the wheel in front of me and then just sit up.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's got to kind of definitely work because otherwise you're sort of throwing away the chance to beat him, aren't you? You basically say, no, I can't beat you, so this better work. So if you're confident you can't beat him, do it. But also, if you think you've got a chance, maybe you just sit on his wheel, like Patrick did on the final sprint the other week. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing. If it works, if generally that works, and it was a fast lead out and it's a big group and it helps to have the bigger group, that's fine. We then revert to what we used to do when we used to sit on ATP, right? Which we'd send people to the front to help the group, and then we'd have our protected riders just sit on their opposite counterpart's wheel. So if that happens again, just do what we did last time. But if you're a protected rider, find a wheel to sit on. You know, that's your main objective there, is to just find a wheel. We can't worry too much about finding one for you. You'll have to like look after yourself. But yeah, if you know who's your opposite counterpart on the other team, try and find them and just sit behind them. It makes the most sense. But I'm hoping. I don't think, like I say, I really didn't expect that because ATP have never done it before. Half of me thinks it was just timing, but also I partly think maybe they thought they'd been beat for the first two and they just wanted to play games. So I really don't know if they do it again. So we'll just have to see. We just have to see.
Maybe just be a coincidence.
Yeah, I think we've had some really good sprints today, and we're happy with that. So one more good sprint will close it out, and 3-1 is absolutely fine. But let's make sure we get the last one.
Here we go.
You ready, people? Anybody need
1
longer?
minute. 1 minute,
Okay.
please.
We'll go at okay, we'll go at 58, yeah?
Okay.
It's just one more. Just one more. And remember, make sure you finish the course once you've done your sprints. If you don't finish the race, if you don't see the event finish banner at the end, get the results page. The results do not count. The blue bar at the top tells you the distance. Make sure that says 0 and you get the results page pop up. And then you're good. But I think in this instance, the lap banner is actually also the finish banner.
One arrow. Please. No.
Okay, guys, we'll be setting off in 20 seconds. So if you're behind, move up. Kerry, Chris, move up. Everyone now, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go, go, go. One more, people. I like that Eric Park from the Rhinos said, "Great work, KTP, well organised as always," when they were all spread out all over the place and jumped on Swalwell. And he should be extra nice to us because he got like a medal in Sprint Series like 2 seasons ago. Doing like 3 races, you know. Still sent him his medal across the Atlantic. And then he doesn't even give us a well done. He comes on and goes, "Great work, KTP." Thanks, Eric. I'll remember that. He did 3 races next season with a medal.
Maybe you can engrave a message to him on the backside of the medal or something.
Good idea.
Stop. What are you doing?
Yeah, just put someone else's name on it. Nice work.
It's there somewhere.
Nice
Probably.
work. James.
What's his name? Eric Park. Eric Park. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Look at this blob. Beautiful. What a group. We're going to get Robert and Jamie wearing their snow kit. The Gen Z kit. Promo code Gen Z, isn't it? All capital letters, Gen Z.
Push M on your keyboard to get there.
Yeah, that's it. P on your keyboard, good shout.
E, yeah, E, sorry, my bad.
P for promo. And I always remember that because I always think it's the parent menu and then end up pressing P and going to type in a code.
No, that just opens the beast mode powered by Rose cheat code.
Well, soon enough, you know, hopefully, like we say, it's still in the works, but you'll get that beautiful snow, real life snow kit in Zwift, hopefully, soon enough. And you just know one day I'm just going to rock up to the snowshoe wearing it, not tell anybody.
Hey, will you let me know so I can take that day off of work?
Well, it'll be good. What we'll do is I'll probably put it on the snowshoe as like you wear it whilst you're on the ride, but then you don't keep it. And then we'll give it to like, you know, racing members and that's it. Don't want to be giving it out to anybody willy-nilly.
Ow.
Got to earn that kit. Well, the people that are wearing it have earned it with sweat, blood, tears, watts. You just get to, don't just get to put it on. Exactly.
Yes. Other clubs can hand out their jerseys like Halloween candy, but not us.
No, definitely not. We'll guard it like it's knowledge. But we're probably at least 6 months away from getting it. From the sounds of it. But anybody, I don't expect to see any new kits on Zwift in the next 6 months. If I do, I'll be asking questions.
Was it global supply chain hiccups or what's stopping it?
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, of resource. Yeah, from the sounds of it, because they made them all redundant. Basically, they stopped making them when they did that big restructure a couple of months ago, and now they do them in batches every 6 months. They'll bring a designer in, like on an ad hoc contract for a couple of days to make all the kits and then go rather than paying someone on the wage. Yeah, they do it every 6 months. But we're on the list. We're on the list of the next kits getting made.
Great effort, Jake.
Well, you don't want to know what it took, Josh. Really. Felt dirty giving James Bailey a lead out. But if that's what it takes.
Hey, $20 is $20.
waiting.
They've stopped at the minute.
Yeah.
At 21k. I guess we won't know until we get closer whether they're going to join us or not. So, yeah, we'll just stick to our plan. We won't worry too much. We know what we're to do, just like last time. And protected riders, find yourself something to sit on. One more go, guys. 30 seconds of hell. That's all it's going to take. And be over. You'll be winners. We'll be drinking champagne in the winner's circle. Okay, looking good, guys. Let's try and tighten up a little bit. No sign of movement from ATP. They haven't flinched yet. They'll have to think about it very shortly if they're jumping on. Otherwise, they're not. Okay, they're moving. They're jumping on. Don't panic about it. Just do what we did last time.
Red sprint down, Elena. Yeah.
Keep tight. Yeah, looking great. Really good. Take it as a big compliment, guys. We're half the size of them. And they've seen how well we're doing it, and they've realised they can't beat us. They're going to have to join us. Let's just do what we did last time. Patrick, you glued to Daniel's wheel. Okay, tighten up a bit. It may not be all of ATP, it's just Nurse Daniel from the looks of it. Okay, so there may be a couple of them, but don't worry, we just stick together like we said. Yeah, Patrick, you want to play chicken with Nurse Daniel, really? Just sit in his wheel. Okay, we're ramping. Patrick's going to be on my wheel here. Looking real good. Okay. Looking real good. Increasing the pace here. Okay, we're about to launch it. Get ready. Okay, go, go, go. Perfect. Okay, make sure you finish.
Got him, but not sure who else I got.
Doesn't matter. He's the only one you care about. If Rich had beat you, maybe Rich quits out. but only if it's massively.
Thanks, Dennis.
Okay, how do we go on any of the cats there?
I believe I took first again.
Say again?
I should have taken first again.
Okay.
Hey Josh, how'd you get out in B?
Now what the fuck?
Really?
I can't wait for everybody to come around when everybody's sitting on my wheel. Fucking, I was waiting for the rest to come around and then the lead was gone.
So you got out in front of him?
Yeah, I'm the lead out for all the lower categories, I guess.
Nah. But you did a whole thing in the wind then, huh?
Just get the three.
Did anyone beat you in B from us?
No, but I'm still doing it on my own.
So who's letting the wheel go?
I wait for someone to come around. Nobody will come. They wait till I go. So it's pointless being fucking protected. I might as well just be a lead out.
Yeah, you know you're a marked man, that's right. I think they all know who you are.
It's
They want
me.
nothing happen.
Like who? I can't
Well,
see it right there.
I don't see why I should be leading out our C's.
Well, what, I don't get why you're leading RCs. I don't get what you mean, because surely you're sat on the back of the Bs and the As.
No one will come around me, so I'm sitting on you and Patrick.
So you're saying your third wheel, basically. Yeah, well, that's definitely not good enough. So we definitely need to work on that. But what I will say is, I think today we've got to give a bit of credit in the sense that we only had protected riders and me and Patrick. So there weren't really many people to sit in the gaps today. And usually we have Coach, Colin, Stu, Patrick, Silas, Chris, a load of people that can sit in there and be those third and fourth wheels. So yeah, I get today there wasn't that, but when we just started to do our own thing, sometimes that's the way it is. And it's probably, Josh, because you're just that fast that people find it difficult to come around you. And I get that it's not just that, but the combination of things. So I wouldn't worry too much about it today. I still think you're about 600 points ahead in B. So I really wouldn't worry about it.
It's not gonna last after else I have to keep showing up. I can't do it by myself.
Thank you for the ride, guys. It was a great one.
Thank you.
Guys,
Well done, everybody.
lead outs and
It's only Brosette that keeps. I bet you he's been the one that's been not. No, he wasn't on your wheel last time.
Yeah, we have got to make a decision. We can't have 3 protected riders in C and then people like Josh sat in third wheel. That's not going to work. So we do have to make a decision.
So next week, Jim.
Yeah, listen, when we've got fewer riders, we'll have to make decisions like that. When we've got more riders, we can be a bit more liberal with it. So yeah, next time when we know we've got only a couple of riders, we'll make the decision that if there's 3 C riders, 1 or 2 of them will be sat in those positions, and maybe somebody like Rich, who's second rider in A as well.
He can always sit.
definitely adjust to that.
Josh can always sit on my wheel. It doesn't matter.
You guys wouldn't come over the top. I kept slowing down. You guys did too. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm going to slow down and gauge my sprint. I don't gauge it on anybody else. I gauge it on where I'm going to be.
So Jake, next week I'll lead Josh out. So next week, Jake, Josh, I'll lead you out. So I'm, with Dan and Jamie in the team, I'm third at best on the sprint. So I'm not a protected rider. I do the job that Jake tells me to do at the start of the race. If he doesn't tell me to do a job, then I'll ride my own race. Next week, Josh, I'll be in front of you up to the sprint. You tell me what you want, what pace you want, and I'll deliver that for you next week. And any other week, because like I said, I'm not racing, I'm not competing, because Jamie and Dan have got it in C. And let Dorothy have a go. If she can get
Yeah,
back on.
look,
So,
every week's going to be different. The size of the group's going to be different every week. The pace, the course, everything's going to be different. But all we can do is, when things don't work like that, we just adjust them and we'll take it on board and try and make it work next time. So yeah, appreciate it's not ideal, and we'll do what we can to make it work.
It's that fish.
It's better to call it out because I'm more than anybody else. I'm a perfectionist, and I'm more than anybody else want to win and get the fastest times. I can promise you that. So I'm not going to go, oh yeah, people are moaning or whatever. I'd rather we hear stuff and call it out, and then we just go, yeah, okay, we address it, try and make it better, and we'll move on. And if it still doesn't work, we'll fix it again. We'll keep doing it. So yeah. I know it's frustrating, but you are a protected rider, and everybody in the team, especially the domestiques, are working their ass off to try and look after you specifically. So you, Patrick, are like my main focus every week, and I know it's the same for the other domestiques. So I get that sometimes it doesn't feel like that, but you absolutely are valued, and you absolutely are having people work for you. So yeah, we'll work on it, we'll make it better, and let's not forget that we are absolutely destroying it as well. So you are far and away ahead of everybody. So I get it's frustrating. It's just 1 week in the grand scheme of things, and if this is our version of a bad week on the results in B, then I'll be happy at the end of the season.
So that's the question. In terms of improvement. So hypothetically, let's say we find ourselves in the exact same situation in the future that we were this week. Small numbers, no one to fill the gap between the lead outs and the A's and B's. What would we do in this, if we could, hindsight 2020, what would we do in this exact situation that we could have done better?
It's a choice every week, and we put that choice now to the protected riders each week and say, do you want to go on our own, or do you want to go with ATP? And whatever the people want to do, we'll go with. And I am an advocate of the smaller numbers, go with ATP. Because it's a bigger group, and you don't have to worry about things like that. You only have to worry really about yourself and finding a wheel, and you can have a domestic that's working exclusively for you, just sat there in front of you, launching it when you want to go. But if it's a smaller group like this, then obviously it's more difficult because you have to have people fill in those gaps for you. So it's much more tricky. So it's a trade-off, and some weeks we'll gamble, and some weeks we'll get it wrong. But that's the nature of the beast, and we just have to take it on the chin. If it didn't quite work this week, okay, it didn't quite work this week, but we had the smaller numbers and we decided to do our own thing. I think on the grand scale of things, it kind of worked. So it's not the end of the world. We know we've got lessons for next time. Things didn't work. So yeah, I think it's a combination of even if we were to look back and do that exactly the same again, was it the right decision to go with ATP from the start? I don't think so. I think we did well enough that we didn't need to warrant necessarily going with ATP from the start. But then you do have problems like this arise. So it's just a trade-off. That's all it is.
When they decide to go with us.
Sorry, to that point, the one time we did ride with ATP, it helped them more than us. So I think it was definitely the right choice to go just us together. Because as much as we would have gained by riding with ATP, they would have gained more, and we saw that on the third sprint.
That's because we were more at the front of that sprint, and they were more at the back. So.
Well, they jumped
now, guys. But thanks for today. I'll see you later.
Cheers, Rich.
Rich, nice sprinting today. Your legs are back almost.
Today, guys. See you later.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be one of my better power days. And my first sprint was a huge power sprint, but it was my slowest sprint, and I was in the wrong position. So I knew I had to move back and have more power and speed going into the start of the sprint than I did on the first one. And that's why I moved back, and Patrick seemed to be the only one that was behind me. So sometimes Chris, sometimes Jamie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want next time then, I want Josh to not be such a team player, and I want him to be more selfish and sit at the back of the group. And I know it's a bit more of a trade-off, and obviously you are at the risk of dropping the wheel. Obviously, I know that's a bit of a risk. But let's try doing that a bit more next time. Have you sit further back, and you just look after yourself.
The problem today, Jake, was no one was going when you guys were going, and so the gap would open, so I'd have to push you, or I would have been fucked.
You're totally right. You're 100% right. And there was pretty much on every sprint, me and Patrick had a 20-meter gap, and we shouldn't have any gap. And it isn't the way to do it. So I totally agree. And that was exactly my notes on it. And it was the two sprint out on the lead in to it, and then we weren't accelerating quick enough. And then when me and Patrick did pull the trigger, nobody came with us. Yeah, definitely agree with all of those things. 100%. And it is all we can do is call it out and go, yeah, it's better to have people call it out and go, this is what happened, and try and adjust it. But I totally agree. It was exactly my notes.
Yeah, sorry, I got loud. A little frustrated.
It's
all right.
Sprints are emotional. Yeah, if you don't get emotional about it, you're not trying hard enough, because
You're not effective.
Sprints are all about emotion. Sprints are all about emotion and rage, and we harness it. And this sprint series often, like when we do normal racing, emotion very rarely comes out. Does it? When we do the ZRL, nobody ever very rarely gets upset. But when we do the sprint series, it's very emotional. It's always very emotional because of the nature of the sprint, and that's absolutely fine, because that's how you harness that to be a good sprinter. The best sprinters are able to use that. And sometimes that bubbles over, and I'm very much guilty of it myself. And I think getting emotional and saying that didn't work, it's not a problem. You're not insulting anybody. You're not being offensive. It's when we start not doing it in a constructive way, criticizing each other unnecessarily, or being unkind about it or mean or whatever. That's when it's a problem. But when we're calling out that didn't work, yeah. And like I say, I more than anybody else want to get it right. So it's difficult at the front to see it quite often as well, so I can't really see what's going on at the back. I'm relying on people to tell us. But my observation very much was, every time that gap went, and every time it was you, followed very closely by Patrick, coming past us, just about, and it's not optimal. But, like I said, I think this week we got away with it. So, in the grand scheme of things, we'll take it.
We were grouped up very well in the beginning, but it opened up very fast.
You just got to go there. People just didn't seem to listen to me when I was going, like, you have to launch it now. Like, I know it feels early, but like me and Patrick were crossing the line first every time. Like, if not Josh or Patrick Carlstrom came round us, we were crossing the line first, and that is not right. The lead outs should not be crossing the lines first. So definitely wasn't working. But like I say, we had a small group. There's a combination of category riders, mainly protected riders today as well. And yeah, we'll just work on it for next time. We'll know now.
I can be absolutely brutal, Josh, in terms of rants from a young. Sorry, Patrick, go on.
Have fun.
I was saying, Josh, in terms of rants from a young, yours was completely sedate compared to Daniel's last week, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
What?
What? Like that?
Did I do anything last week? Or are you talking
Did
about?
you turn up last week?
What?
Yeah. Who am I? Where am I? What year is it?
It's 2022. I don't know.
Rain down.
In some of the earlier sprint races, then felt like I pushed through and was pushing the wind quite a long time. Some of the sprints, so I just tried to go late, but of course,
Yeah. You still blows the throat.
it was
The problem is,
the rest of.
the problem is that Josh and Patrick are like, and Richard when he's on form, obviously he's not 100% a minute, but Josh and Patrick are so much faster than anybody else that even if you go from the back, you're still probably going to come to the front of a group of 8, like halfway through the sprint, no matter what we do. But that one, even then, me and Patrick were trying to get a little bit of a head to give you a bit, like, I wasn't thinking it was the worst thing in the world on that one, because we would be there later on for you to sort of catch at the end. So it wasn't optimal, but I was still thinking, you guys have got nobody. And me and Patrick were like really killing it till the end of the sprint to try and just keep the power up, because you guys were like closing in on us, like it was sort of, like 20 meters, 17, 15, like, so it sort of encouraged us to keep going. So I thought, man, it's not as bad as if you were going totally into thin air, but in a lot of ways it is, because like I said, it's a terminal velocity on that one. It's about the ramp up, and we're probably more used to you on the ramp up. And like I say, the last 50 metres, if you've got nobody anyway, it's not really a big deal on that one. But yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah, there's There's a small little rise there, like a 2% for about 20 meters, if I'm not mistaken, on that sprint at the end.
I'm not 100% if I'm going to race on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I think I'm ready. If you're going to use me, maybe.
We'll see how many people sign up. How many we've got. I've got no clue yet in terms of if we'll have more than 12. It's only picking teams if there's more than 12, isn't it? Really. Otherwise, it's all hands to the front. New videos. Got no new subscribers yet. That's not great.
That's a good video today, Jake.
Thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for taking a look.
Send you a picture of my breakfast I ate while I watched it.
Awesome.
You'll love it.
I take all views are nice, but when it's your mates anyway, it's good. But yeah, we'll see if this one does as well as the other one. I've got a feeling YouTube's algorithm's cruel that even if you have a good video, the next one probably just doesn't really care about anyway. So I'm anticipating I've tried harder on this one. I spent longer on its better footage. I anticipate it's going to get like a 10th of views. So prepare for disappointment, and anything else will be good.
I'll start getting my 12-year-old boys to start watching them.
Cheers. Yeah. It's weird because like the algorithm basically like dictates everything. So like some of my videos, I've got like 300-400 views generated like on Facebook or Reddit or whatever, and then the YouTube algorithm just doesn't care, and it's only generated like 100 views, and you're like, well, I'm generating like 4 times as many views as you. Why do I need you for YouTube? You know, I might as well just give people an FTP link at that point. Yeah, never mind. Maybe one day. Like I say, the last video I gained 50%, more than 50% of the subscribers I gained in that one video. So, yeah, that was good. And then, yeah, you might get a couple of decent ones over the next couple of years, but if not, like I say, even if you make money on it, you make like 50p per video a year or whatever. You still, like, unless you get 200,000 views a month, you're not getting any money on it.
Even the vegan cyclist, he makes $75 a video. That's what he said it. I said, what? You have like almost 1 million subscribers. Like you put out, he's got to take hours and hours to film it, even more hours to edit it. And he's like, he gets $75.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
why. Yeah, that's why I don't criticize people anymore for taking sponsorships. I used to be like, oh, when they're peddling stuff to you at the start of the video, it's bullshit. I'm like, wow, these people got to make a living. These videos take ages to make. Like, I get it.
Look at the sponsorship. They're still losing money when you look at all the time that goes into it. You know, it's a labor of love, and it's just nice to see them make anything they can out of it because likes. The YouTube's not paying them that much.
It's better when they pay you not to sponsor your stuff.
Sometimes I'm just like, I know I'm never going to make money, so I like it if people just watch it. And I'm like, yeah, making money would be nice, but it's just nice if people watch it. Making money would be like a pipe dream. But when you get like a few thousand views and subscribers, that's always nice when you get subscribers because you think people liked it to the point where they want to see more. So that's always kind of good. But it's just funny when you get like comments from people and downvotes and stuff like that. That always makes me laugh. But I tend to go for like a 95% like rate on a video. I always think if you get 100%, probably too vanilla. Like people don't hate it, but people probably don't love it either. But if you get like, you know, like 95%, 5% of the people don't like it that much that they're going to be prepared to type a comment or write a dislike and tell you they didn't like it. You're probably onto a winner. My general theory. But yeah, we'll see. I don't think, like I say, I don't think I'm going to make any money off it anytime soon. That Mark Lewis does okay. Have you seen him? He does all right.
Yeah, what above average? I love that guy. He's great.
Yeah. He's blown up in the last 2 years. If you look at how many viewers and subscribers he had 2 years ago, he had like 3,000 subscribers, and now he's got like 300,000 or something insane. He's making like a full-time living off it.
Yeah, I saw the episode where he says, "That's it. I quit my job. I'm just doing this now."
Yeah, I mean that would be awesome, right? That would be the dream. If you could do that, it wouldn't even be like making a shitload of money off it. It'd just be like, oh, I don't have to go and do this other thing to make money that I don't like. I can do this thing I enjoy.
But then the thing you like becomes your then you ruin the thing you like. Now you're making content not so much because you want to. Now you're making content because you need to.
Yeah,
so, you know, that's not deep.
Yeah, if you crash and get injured for a month, you can't do any footage or whatever. Yeah, true. And I guess you run out of content ideas, don't you? At least at work, like you kind of turn up every day, and like insurance is still a thing, so I'll still have a job to go to. Like it's kind of like it'll be there until they do the next round of redundancies anyway. But still, it's less of a worry. But yeah, if you've got to generate all that money yourself and the ideas and all the rest of it, it's just quite stressful from start to finish. Like there's some bits of it I enjoy. Like I enjoy doing the editing parts. Like I actually quite like doing all the cutting and pasting and like trimming and all that sort of stuff. It's quite OCD. Quite like making the thumbnails. Again, for the same sort of reason. Hate doing the recording. Hate doing the scripting. Hate listening to like the sound of my own voice. Hate doing like when you trying to get the sound right and all that sort of stuff and thinking about angles and lighting and I'm just so bad at all that stuff.
Well, guys,
it's just so stressful. But yeah.
My heart rate monitor went out on this one, so I'm going to have to test the battery or change the battery and see if I need to order a new one for Tuesday or not, just in case.
Yeah, it's probably worth it, but at the same time, you'll only be relegated to half points, and as long as you stay on the bike, Joe's going to win the league, so I think it's fine.
Well, no,
Hey, Dan.
What's that?
Your heart rate monitor, is it one of those ones that take those coin cell batteries?
Yeah, I'm going to change the battery. So.
Yeah, hey, you may already know this. I'm glad I figured it out, though. Someone told me I put a new battery in my heart rate monitor, the one I used that had that coin cell battery. And with the new battery, it didn't work. And someone told me, flip the battery upside down, hold it in there for 30 seconds, and take it out.
And warm it up.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd share that in case you don't already know.
No, I've had this one for a while.
The salt on the connectors as well. So like your salt can seep in there, and you just need to clean the connectors sometimes as well. That's also.
Some of them have a child-proof coating. If you put it in the mouth, it's like shit or something. So.
No, it's.
Worse.
I guarantee it's dead.
There's always somebody put something in the mouth.
I guarantee it's dead because I've left my Zwift on overnight too long after I've ridden with my heart rate still connected to it. So that'll kill your battery faster than anything.
That'll do it.
So
Hey, guys, nice riding with you. I'm going to take off. I had a garage to clean, and I'm just going to do what I can today.
all right,
Thanks so much for your help today.
Good
Patrick.
job.
I really appreciate your help on the front today, mate. Really, really good work. Yeah, really.
Thanks
for leading up.
I wish I would have helped Josh more, but I think lesson learned for all of us. So.
Yeah, but we did. You did as good a job as you could have done. It wasn't that you didn't do a good job for Josh. Yeah, there were issues.
You
but
did.
It wasn't on the front. You did perfect. So, yeah.
All I know
You
is
did a great job, Patrick.
Cool. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next
Awesome.
week.
Thanks,
Cheers,
mate.
guys.
Take it easy. Cheers, Patrick.
cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Good work, everybody. Patrick, Dan, Josh. I've got to roll now as well. I'm off. But yeah, take it easy. If anybody's, I think I'm on the Sunday endurance ride tomorrow. So if anybody wants to spin that, I'll be on that. Otherwise, take it easy. Get some recovery. One more ZRL race, and we've wrapped up the win for both teams, for both divisions, and then we can have a breather for 6 weeks before the madness starts again.
Yeah,
So, yeah, cool.
Congratulations.
We're pleased
What
with
time's that race you do tomorrow, Jake?
It's not a race. It's the Herd Sunday Endurance Drive. So it's at 12:55 for 2 hours, and it's just like a 1.5 to 2.0 sort of longer.
What ride is it
ride.
tomorrow? What route?
I don't know.
London Triple Loop.
Okay, that might be my favorite. Not the worst, but not my favorite.
So yeah, it's for a Sunday endurance ride. I just take the train difficulty down. I just like to have a nice spin anyway. I don't really worry about the hills. I just take the train difficulty down and get my 2 hours of spinning in. But yeah, anybody's on it, give me a shout. Otherwise, catch you on Tuesday.
Okay,
Cool. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Take it easy. Have a good weekend.
Cheers.
See you
See you
later.
guys.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.
Right.
All right. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.
All right, you too, Josh.
Cheers,
Sorry.
guys. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Good job,
bye.
everyone.